On this episode, I talk time, content, and health. Hey everybody, this is GaryVee, Nerd Chuck, and you're watching the Ask GaryVee Show, episode 21. Fun fact about the number 21 is most of you really cared about turning 21. I didn't give a shit.
Pedro asks, what's your best tip for time management?
Pedro, actually, I don't know. My tip for time management is to have an assistant who you make the czar of your time. And there's this, let's go find Matt DeMeo, actually. Let's get out of the cube a little bit. Let's see if we can find DeMeo. So for me, the time management is humanly scaled. What I basically do is I find a human being that allows me to do it. And so in this scenario, that dude is that's my answer for time management, putting a human being who actually is the czar. Matt, would you say you're the czar of time?
That might be a bit much, but I'm good with it.
And so, you know, he knocks on the window and says, your next meeting, and he texts me and he's like, are you on this call? So that's what I do. I use human beings. Obviously, using a human being to manage your time is not very practical for most of the audience, so I'm going to try to give some practicality, which is, I really don't know, because prior to using a human being, I didn't really have a great system. Obviously, we have technology now, like phones that buzz you, and Google Calendars. I don't know how people do it. I just think it becomes a religion. I decided my time was worth a lot to me, and I created infrastructure around it. For me, it was humans. For you, it's gotta be something that reverse engineers your actual behavior.
Denami asks, why are you uploading the episodes to Facebook instead of attaching a photo linking to your website of the video or using YouTube?
The reason I'm posting this video in Facebook natively is because I fancy myself as an expert, or someone who at least wants to be one day an expert in really understanding things like, you know, what the book was written about. Can you get it back there, D-Rock? Jab, 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 right hook. A lot of you read it. You know that I care about being native, being platform specific. I am seeing data that shows me that if I put the video in natively and upload it versus linking it to YouTube or my website, about 20 to 30,000 more people see the video. I care about them seeing the video. I don't need to feel good about where my traffic comes from. I don't need the vanity of having more YouTube views. I don't need to see my website getting more traffic because I'm gonna sell ads on it. I want people to hear the answers to the questions. I'm playing the long game. I want to bring value, and the more people that see it, the more value I'm providing. If the feed natively is gonna allow me to reach more people, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Hey Gary, how's it going? It's Dom Garrett.
Dom.
Just wanted to say hello and ask you this. As you know, I've talked to you about it before. I'm working on building an app with one of my business partners, and while I'm in charge of adoption, the app is probably 6 months away from actually having a working prototype. So what would you suggest I start doing now to make sure that I'm building it up so that when it does come to adoption time and the app is released, we have plenty of users that are going to be using it? Thanks a lot, Gary.
Dom, first of all, good to see you. Thanks for your hardcore followingship over the last years. I can't quantify it, but I know we've been jamming hard for multiple years. I'm gonna give you a really good answer. And this is an answer that's gonna work for everybody, no matter whether you have an app or you sell clocks, clockwork. Content. I think you need to put up, so let's say you're putting out a fitness app or a productivity app for time management. You then need to create timemanagement.com, which is not available, but dailytimemanagement.com or something, and putting out content around the genre. You need to create a content portal on Medium or your own blog or on Rebel Mouse, which I believe in, clearly, link it up. And you need to basically create content to get like-minded people in that are, you know, you come out with Fitness Daily and yours is a fitness utility app, and then boom, you've got this audience, and then when the app comes out, you pound them with it and it comes out. You need to gather people in a place that are like-minded or most likely to use the app, and then when the time's right, shout to them. Jabbing and then right hooking.
Daniel asks, if you could teach everyone in the world one thing you've learned, what would it be?
Daniel, the two things I believe in the most are empathy and gratitude, but I don't think that's quite teachable. Self-awareness, I don't think that's, this is the best. I don't think that's teachable. I think the thing that I've been taught the most through experience that was intuitive, but I think is teachable, is for everybody to pay attention that the world is really about depth, not width, right? And so it's, you know, do things that are meaningful, not wide. You know, I'm just a big believer in this depth versus width game. I watch listen, a lot of you guys know this. I answered this question 2 or 3 episodes ago. I'm paying attention to you as much as you're paying attention to me. I might not be engaging and replying on your posts or liking your comments or all those things the way you are with me, because I'm doing it at such a scale and I'm a busy mother, and like just, you know, even that extra second is tough for me. But some of you see me, especially on Instagram, I'm definitely hearting up and replying and saying thanks. But a lot of you, and this is why I have so much passion for it, is you guys are still in the tactics of width. You're looking for more likes and shares and like a lot of right hooks, and you've read all my books and you're like, yeah, Gary, you're right, and then you're not doing it. And here I am, busier than all of you. Here I am, busier than all of you, doing this show, providing depth, engaging at scale, replying to your emails when they come in, trying to reply at scale on Twitter. Maybe not engaging with the consumption of your content, but definitely replying to when you care and you want to be heard by me. And I'm going deep, 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 while you shake your head when I talk about deep, but then you go out there and you go wide.
Edward asks, if you could go back to your early 20s, would you prioritize health, or was neglecting it necessary to get where you are today?
Edward, great question. I wanted to address this. One of the great things of the show, I keep saying, is that I'm going to answer questions I haven't been able to answer, and so thanks for all of you of getting me to 21. But the other thing I get to do is clear up some things. So we're picking some questions. I think I sent this one to you, Steve, right? Yeah, we get to clarify on the show. This is the clarity hour, my friends. We get to clarify a little bit on this show. And what we are going to clarify is this. I bet you a lot of people are gonna think I'm gonna go in one direction, but I'm going in another. The answer is, I wish I prioritized my health. I could have slept 1 hour less. I could have played 1 hour less of Settlers of Catan with my brother back in the day. I could have worked, and this is a crazy one, I could have worked 1 less hour. I could have done a whole lot of things, but I should have found that 1 hour to do what I've been doing for the last 65 days and prioritize my health. So if I could go back, I'd be working out and eating the way I'm doing it now, all the way back since then. Psst, real quick, I wasn't joking. Leave more critiques, give me more feedback. I love it. I'm like a teddy bear, I want the hug. My friends, thank you for allowing me to be in your living room, in your taxi or subway ride with you on the phone, or wherever you're consuming this content. This show is really bringing back a little bit of a blaze in my ass. I don't know what that means as it was coming out of my mouth, but like, I'm excited to be like back in this game that is a fun game for me. For a while, you know, people have tweeted out like GaryVee doing what he does best. I've seen that come around a lot of times. I get pissed. I'm like, best? What's best is I build businesses. But there is some truth that this seat feels awfully comfortable to me. And you guys commenting, all you people coming in and saying, I just caught this show last week. I just found out about you 6 days ago and I've watched all 21 episodes. I've been a lurker and following you. I gotta admit, you know what I call it? It is the oxygen that allows this show to continue, and I appreciate you tremendously. And so the question of the day is very, 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 very simple. I want your thoughts on the new iPhone, because some of you are gonna have it over this weekend, and on the Ali Baba IPO. You keep asking questions, I'll keep answering them. That was a good call out to the fans. Some people are gonna have some real moments there with themselves. Hey, subscribe. It matters to me. Subscribe. And did you watch the last one? And you better watch the next one.